In our review today, the idea is to look at color science. Does color science even matter in photography? Is it a big issue in photography? Now, what is color science itself? So if you want to find out about color science and the demonstration I'll be doing today around color science and showing you how it's easy and how it's easy to walk around, meet me at the other side of the intro. Let's go. Okay, welcome back, guys. If this is your first time of watching my review, subscribe, like, and share the videos as well. So today I will be focusing on color science. What is color science in photography? Color science is the way the camera sees and processes colors and ultimately turning them into final image. And why this is a topic is because somebody asked me recently and said, the person wanted to buy a camera, but he actually wanted to buy a Sony camera, but the person has heard about the issue of, like, when you take pictures on the Sony camera, the way it comes out, you might need to correct the colors, and so it's actually boggling the person, like it's disturbing the person whether he should go for that camera. He actually wanted to go for the camera, but he felt maybe that would be a big issue. Now, color science, when it comes to in photography, it's not such a big issue because these are things that you can easily correct in the software. And today I will be demonstrating this and showing you how easy it is in Capture One. Now, I find Capture One to be more intuitive. I find it to be the better software than Lightroom. Some other people might have other experiences, but from my experience on using the both software, I feel Capture One is better. And so today we'll be using Capture One to do this demonstration. At the end of the day, the point here is, buying a camera. If you want to buy your camera, color science should not be a big determinant. It could be a slight factor, but it shouldn't be the main factor. The main factor should be things like the autofocus of your camera. Probably is for some people is the ergonomics, not for all people. For some people is the way the camera feels in their hands and they just loved it. And also probably you want to go for at least a minimum of 24 megapixels depending on what you are doing, and the most important thing is whether your camera can actually recover the shadows, and even when you have blown highlights you can also recover that. Those are the main thing that you have to look for. And finally, the functionality, the menu and all those functionality within your camera that makes life much easier for you. So I will just be demonstrating right now on how to do that in Capture One. So I want you guys to join me as we head over to my desktop and we go through this demonstration. Okay, now in this section, just to show you, demonstrate how to improve this color and the overall image. First, I'm using Capture One, which I feel is the overall best experience in terms of editing your photos. Also, I use the Sony AR4 and then the Zeiss 55 1.8, and these are my settings down here. Now let's get down to business. The first thing I would do here to improve this picture and the color science here is to bring down the curving to about close to 5,000. So I'll say that's pretty much not bad. Then the second thing I would do is to reduce the highlight, and you guys can see the color in the shade coming back. The details are more obvious right now, which is much better. The next thing, I'll increase the shadows, and this looks much more better. I mean, you cannot play around with the rest, whatever you prefer. If you think this is too much, you can reduce the exposure a little bit, and play around with the clarity, and whichever way you like it. And I think it's much better. Now let's look at the before and the after. You guys can see the before and the after. There's so much difference between the two. Now we'll look another one more picture right here and do the same thing, and then we'll now go to the next, which will be the Photoshop after that. Okay, here is another picture, and we're gonna do the same thing quickly. Now first of all, we'll reduce the curving again, bring down the curving, and you guys can see it's a lot better now. If I can yeah, I think that's good. I want to bring it back a little bit. Now it looks better now. And next is the highlight. So I'm going to bring down the highlight, and that was make a massive difference. And then I can bring down the exposure a little bit. Now I'll go to the shadows, increase the shadows, and it looks much more better now. Overall, you can still increase it, it's up to you, and bring down the brightness a little bit. Overall, I think you can work with this, depending on you what you want. So I feel, working with Capture One, the dynamic range, what you can do with the tools within the Capture One is so amazing. Especially it works with any camera, so you don't have to be afraid. Go out there, pick up a Sony camera instead of you saying, oh, because of the colors. The Canon's colors out of the camera looks better, but this doesn't take you more than 15 seconds or 30 seconds to correct here in Capture One. So don't be afraid to pick up any camera to work. Don't let color size be a determining factor whether you want to pick up a camera or not, because those things are easily fixed in software like this, and you can do them. You can use Lumina 4 as well. They're easily fixed in there as well. One more thing I will show you guys is I'm going to go to Photoshop, and I will show you that it's important because of what we're going to be doing, a lot of color adjustment if you want to edit it in Photoshop. So I will show you next what you can do to make sure that you keep everything in good shape. Here is the same picture. So I've edited this picture a little bit here. Just a little bit of editing, nothing too much, just a little bit of just cleaning the skin, and a little bit, that was all. And what I want to say is that for you to be able to obviously do this right, what you need to do is go to image before you start editing your photos in Photoshop, and make sure they are in 16-bit instead of 8-bit. What that will help you to do is to avoid all this the color artifact or color fringing, whatever they call it, which will mean that you'll be seeing some color at the back of your picture or something. Just draw some lines of different colors right down to keep all this picture at its best, because I am using, for instance, this is 61 megapixel picture. It's a lot, and if you're doing a lot of color adjustment, transporting the picture, exporting the picture to different, to just do all this adjustment, it might come to that spot. If you edit in 16-bit, it will give you a better overall shape and structure and color. So yeah, and I think this is the final image, and I feel this this picture is tech sharp, it's nice, it's good. So yeah, that's what we have. Thank you for joining me in this.